All right, so I'd figure I'd post my 3-year review on this Powerseries Extreme Black+Decker 20-volt vacuum. Things that I like and dislike. It has been the primary vacuum for the last 3 years. Probably used every day or every other day, more than every other day. I got it when our V11 Dyson failed, right out of warranty, within like a week past warranty. A Dyson wouldn't do anything about it. The button broke, and it already had issues with the canister. The canister was falling apart way before, but my wife didn't do anything. When she did contact Dyson, they said it was already just like out of warranty. So I've dealt with Dyson before with products. I wouldn't buy them again, just because their warranty is non-existent. Even for brand new items that are within warranty, I had trouble with like back order, so I wouldn't deal with Dyson anymore. But this vacuum here is probably like 80-90% of the way there. But at the cost, like it's a fifth of the cost. It's a $200 vacuum, 90% there, with like $1,000 vacuum or whatever they are now. The things that I had problems with of 3 years of use is the head. This component here is actually, this is a replacement unit that BLACK+DECKER sent me because I had the belts now. These are the belts that go inside. But what I did was I ordered a bunch on AliExpress, these belts. The size is, I think, written here. If you're having this issue, it's a 156 3M. But yeah, that information is readily available online. And I fixed the other one, the other roller, it's fine. So now I have two of the backup. But this one, the other issue is with this piece actually wearing out. Let me see if I can just pause it to take it out, because I'm using one hand. Yeah, so this part tends to wear out for whatever reason. I don't know if that's a common issue, but that's what I had. This driver goes in here and it spins, and then eventually this plastic does wear out. So I've tried this one is actually fine right now because this is probably like just a year and a half-ish old, this head. But the other one did wear out. It started making noise, and it had just like, you had signs, because this thing would just spin. You could hear noise and it would stop early on like rougher carpets. I did try the eBay or Amazon replacement parts for that, and they were like inferior plastic, and within a week this worn out. So what I did is I took the original and I took Gorilla Glue and I rebuilt these teeth. And knock on wood, but I've been running the other head for like maybe 10 sessions, and it's working perfectly. So it already outlasted the cheap Amazon $20-$30 replacement piece that you get, just by fixing the original. So I know BLACK+DECKER doesn't have the best name for like quality, but their warranty is definitely like one of the more impressive ones that I've seen. No questions asked. They sent me the piece I needed. Also, what's convenient about this, like this upper part of the vacuum is pretty much flawless. There's a filter in here. I believe it's like a particle filter, HEPA filter, whatever you want to call it. And then this is the canister. This is the original. No issues. There's some dirt inside. But I love how you can just snap this in. The Dyson pulls down. And you can also stand this up on its own, which you can't do with the Dyson. The V11 also doesn't have the battery you can disconnect. I think there is actually a V11 that does have that, the newer version, because we got it like when it first came out. And I still have the V11, and now I fixed everything on the V11. But the V11, the Dyson, was way harder to work on. They have like a button here. You have to take apart the whole vacuum just to replace that button. And The canister, it's sort of broken, but it still works. It just comes apart if you pull it too hard. It all falls apart, so you have to be gentle with it. The suction is also much better in the Dyson than this one, but not the motor for the roller. The roller is way better on this. Like it's very tough to stop with your hand. The Dyson, it's easy. It's not as powerful, and the tubes here are thicker, so it doesn't clog as easy as the Dyson does. I found. I looked at the diameter of the thing. That's what actually creates more suction in the Dyson is the thinner piping. And it also has an LCD with like nicer display and everything, and it has the auto sensing speed for the roller. But here you have the adjustable. So you turn this on, you can slide it. There's 3 settings in there. And I also prefer this power button. You just have it on and it stays on. You don't have to hold the trigger at all. Yeah, replaceable battery is nice. I do have a bunch of BLACK+DECKER tools. And yeah, I think the BLACK+DECKER tools are hit or miss. Most of them are pretty good. I would say the biggest problems that I've had with their tools are the drills and the impact drivers. They're not meant for long-term duty, and those motors do tend to burn out if you like continuously use them, especially in the summer and the heat. And they like the motor itself, I believe, is it's a brushed motor, which kind of adds to the issue. Where if you get a DeWalt impact driver, I believe it's brushless. I could be wrong, but the battery itself, I have some DeWalt tools and some Milwaukee and specifically the DeWalt. I took apart the batteries of the DeWalt and this, and there's many videos you can see online. I have to verify this myself. You can find them, and the actual cells are the exact identical to the DeWalt batteries. They're like, I think it was Samsung cells. I'm pretty sure it was Samsung, not Panasonic. But anyways, they were the exact same cells with the same model. The electronics obviously are different. The charging mechanisms, I believe, are different. The chargers, I don't think you could get it to work. But they're both like 20-volt systems. So yeah, I'm extremely happy with this vacuum cleaner, with the service that BLACK+DECKER provides. I would say that their vacuums are probably higher rated than their tools. But then again, like a lot of their other tools are also pretty good. I would have to say that the DeWalt version, I mean, it's the same brand, but the DeWalt branding, the tools are do feel a little bit more premium, a little bit better components. But what I like about this also is that versus the Dyson, it is easy to work on, easy to take apart. Like this just snaps out. There's simple bolts here. They're Phillips, nothing complicated. Whereas the Dyson, it was like Torx, all different torque sizes, different lengths of screws. I like how like this, it's all pretty much the same screw. They just use throughout the whole vacuum. There's actually screws under here. You have to pop out these little things. Oh yeah, and these did also wear out on the other roller. I don't think they're functioning too much. This thing just like slides around and it's wearing out the plastic. What I did is I just put some felt padding, and it's probably better than these wheels now. That's actually a nice, I think, a nice upgrade. And the filters are, this is what they look like. They're in this case here. Super easy to like take out and clean. You could wash, I think they're washable. I think I washed it maybe once. Yeah, it says you can wet it in 24 hours. What I usually do is I go outside and I just bang it against the foundation of the house in an area, and most of the dirt, like 90% of the dirt, comes out, and it works perfect again. You can also hit it with an air compressor to get it super clean fast. But these are cheap on Amazon as well, the replacements. And I don't think they're lacking in quality like the roller heads. I've tried 2 different roller heads off Amazon. One was loose, the fitment wasn't perfect, and the other one, There was one that I think I had tried 3 actually now. One had bearing issues. This was squealing. And then the other one wore out. This wore out pretty fast. So I haven't had luck with those. But you can fix what you have. Also, the accessories are quite weak for this vacuum. What I did was I bought adapters to work with the opening. Let me just open. Yeah, so I bought adapters that closely fit this, and you can retrofit the slots and whatnot. But then you can, I have a lot of Dyson accessories, so I'm using that with this vacuum. And now that the V11 is working, my wife is using it more. But I tend to go with this one, especially because I'm vacuuming up like a lot of construction debris, which, you know, clogs the filter fast. But what the Dyson does is it clogs the this piece, and this is much thicker than the Dyson, so there's less suction but more thicker piping, so less clogging on this vacuum. When it does clog, it's usually this gets full fast because this is smaller than the Dyson, and this gets clogged pretty fast. Also, there's filters here, but you can't really get to it without taking it apart. So what you could do from time to time is take an air compressor and blow out these, and blow this way too, and here too. You can blow that and it'll clean out these filters, these side filters, which are more like just for dust, so that the dust doesn't escape, and your PM 2.5 goes up because of all the dust particles in your house. And the other thing actually that I forgot to mention is that the V11 doesn't have, but I think the newer Dysons do have, is the LED lighting here, which is a nice touch because you can see all the particles on the ground, and then the satisfaction of like them being gone once you vacuum. The Dyson, I haven't figured this out yet, but there's a roller that we bought for the Dyson that has like it's for cleaning floors. This vacuum I find does a better job than the Dyson for carpets, but not so well on the floors. So on the floors, what this roller does is it sometimes like picks things up. Sometimes it just like shoots them across the room. So what you can do is, too bad they don't have a button for this, but you can disconnect this head, connect it back in, and this roller will not start. So you can disable at least the spinning action, because like it's really not necessary for cleaning up floors, and the battery will last a lot longer. I think the battery life with like a standard battery, you could do the whole house with it. On a single battery, probably, like, depending on how much dirt, how long it hasn't been cleaned for, 1 or 2 batteries will do the full house, both floors, 3,000 square feet per floor. So it's not bad. And I guess it depends very much on the capacity of the battery. This is a 2 amp hour. I think there's bigger ones you can get for Black & Decker, but they don't get too big. I do have an adapter to convert this to using the DeWalt battery, and I have an 8 amp hour battery. I mean, that could vacuum, that adds a little bit of thickness and weight, but that could vacuum the house over and over and over, probably for a whole week. Because the 2 amp hour here, maybe it is actually a true 2 amp hour, because the DeWalt 2 amp hour was the same inside. But I think you can buy some knockoff Black & Decker batteries that are bigger, but they're not going to be Black & Decker. I don't know the biggest one that they have from Black & Decker. It might be a 4 amp hour, but still. The batteries, this battery is definitely like a lot weaker. This is the original 3-year-old battery. I think they're only meant to last 3 years, to be honest. So I think it's maybe at around 80-90% of the capacity now. When I start it up, there's a sensor LCD here that shows you 3 bars when it's full, and then shows you when it's charging. This, like, it's the status bar. It pretty quickly goes through the first bar within like a minute or two, where it used to last a long time. So, but even at 2 bars, it still lasts a pretty long time. And when it's about to die, and you know, like, it's gonna die soon, the last bar flashes. turning on and off, so you know that. And you also notice like it's not as powerful anymore. But I mean, you just take the battery, take it out, put in a new one if you have other Black & Decker tools, or you can just purchase another one, like I said, online, or buy a converter. So I have the converter for DeWalt and for Milwaukee tool, and they're all 20-volt systems, so they're all pretty much interchangeable except for the charger. The charger is you couldn't charge it. You'd have to have all the other chargers. But for consumption, it's the same 20 volts. And I've used these batteries on the DeWalt and demanding Milwaukee tool, like the multi-tool, and it works very well. I can't say anything bad about it. Some of the more demanding tools do overheat these batteries. Maybe the electronics are not meant for that sort of drainage, so they do get hot. If you want to put them back on the Black & Decker charger, it will blink red until it cools off, and then it'll take a charge again. So I try to not like run them once they're dying. Like once you know it's weak, might as well just put it on the, like take it off, put another one on, and avoid damaging the battery. But I mean, for the vacuum, it's not an issue. This doesn't overheat. And so this is the let's see if I can get this with one hand. Yeah, here we go. This is the particle filter. Again, you could take it out, you could wash it, or you could take it and hit it with the air compressor. So I've never had to do any work here, and this is never replaced. This also comes apart here, so you can turn it. Here, I'll show you. You can turn it into a little tiny vacuum, and it's fun for kids. Because of the lack of accessories, you're probably going to need another vacuum for cleaning your car, unless it's like, you know, in the trunk in the back where it's flat, you can use this. Or like I said, I have the adapters, so I can use my Dyson accessories. So I have like that, but for the car, I have a Black & Decker Dirt Devil, and that does a great job for cleaning the car. Again, that one is also the same issue, lacking accessories, but I did buy off like universal accessories for that one, and everything fits. It's not actually like weird tabs on that one. So this one is a bit weird. I mean, you could retrofit. So that's it. That's the 3-year review mark. Let's turn this on, show you how. All right, that's another way I guess you could disable this. This thing would still spin. But the vacuum itself is propelling that, and because of the lack of this, I guess you could do that. But who knows? You're working the engine, so this just pushes up. See if I can do this with one hand. Come on. Quite easy to put it back in, actually, with 2 hands. But you can stand it up. And oh yeah, it does come with the charger, the wall charger. It's wall mounted. I have it upstairs in the laundry room, and it clips in, sort of like the Dyson. I think it's just a more compact design. This is just this vacuum is just like a simple, clean design. They could improve this. I mean, they have so many variations. They have like auto sensing variations, different colors. They have like a pet version I've seen. They have so many different versions. They probably like already improved this. This is now, I would say, the old model. I don't know if you could still buy this extreme one. But the new ones, I'm assuming they fixed this. It would be nice if they added accessories, and it would be nice if you can get parts like this roller piece if it does wear out directly from Black & Decker. I haven't really seen that. I've seen the knockoffs on that are not of good quality. So that is my review, and I hope that helps. Cheers.